CTV Calgary. Local breaking news.
Good afternoon. Winter has returned with a vengeance. Calgary remains under a winter storm warning, with some areas experiencing blizzard-like conditions. Jody Hughes joins us with the latest on the forecast. And Jody, what's the rest of the day looking like?
Well, Ian, a lot like the start of the day, at least for the first part of this afternoon, as we have some compromised visibility expected to remain an issue. Road conditions will continue to be problematic as we have fresh snow and then that very strong wind gradient. This is all happening because of this Montana low that's meeting up with a massive polar air mass. And as these two are colliding over top of central and southern Alberta, we've had persistent snowfall. I'm taking our clock back, and we've had persistent snowfall, dropping the bulk of precipitation so far along Highway 2 south of Calgary and on the QE2 north. Now, this will continue because there is still an ample amount of moisture, but the other component to this story, as you know, is that visibility, compromised in part because of these very strong wind speeds. Looking at the past 24 hours and the impact from the precipitation we've received, quite significant around the Calgary area. And as you mentioned, we're still under that yellow level warning for winter storm conditions. There are some yellow warnings for snowfall to the west and into areas to the north, and then some yellow advisories for blowing snow in the southeast. Our highway conditions likely to continue to be problematic. And as we look ahead to when that snow will end, should be happening sometime within the late afternoon, early evening, at least in the southernmost regions. It'll take a little longer into the central and east central portions of our province. But the other component, if there is any room for more, is that we're not going to see any melting for a while as we see these daytime highs that remain well below seasonal by Wednesday, 21 degrees colder than average.
Thanks, Jody. And driving in this weather is no treat, but thankfully it appears many people are staying home today. Since midnight, police have responded to 18 collisions. City crews are focusing on major routes, but there are many roads where snow is building up. There's relatively no lane definition, and navigating hills definitely requires winter tires today. Officials are recommending people postpone non-essential travel and outdoor activities until conditions improve. The Calgary Humane Society is investigating after a dog in medical distress was found outside a soccer club. The Pomeranian was discovered in a backpack outside the Southwest United Soccer Club on February 7th. Officials say there was a note with the dog indicating he is 7 years old and named Coco. He was also abandoned in poor physical condition and had acute medical needs. The owner could face a fine up to $20,000, a lifetime ban on owning animals, and 2 years in prison. Anyone with information about Coco is asked to contact the Humane Society. Police are at the scene of a stabbing in the southwest community of Silverado. It happened around 6:30 this morning. Investigators say a fight broke out and one adult was taken to hospital in non-life-threatening condition. One person is in custody. A new poll shows most Albertans think private education is higher quality than public education, but say they're against funding for private schools. Angus Reid reports 77% of Albertans want public funds to go to public schools, but there should be more options for students. Respondents believed private, charter, and religious schools are taking resources away from the public system. The exception is schools for special needs students, which are supported by 66% of respondents. You can learn more about the poll at angusreid.org. Many young Alberta parents continue to be predictable. Noah and Olivia are still tops when it comes to baby names. For the 7th year in a row, Noah is the top name for boys. 259 Noahs were born in Alberta last year. Right behind them, and likely confusing school teachers 6 years from now, are Theodore, Oliver, Henry, Jack, and Lucas. For the 13th year in a row, Olivia is the most popular girl's name in the province, with 173 of them taking their first breath in 2025. Just behind them are Amelia, Emma, Sophia, Charlotte, and Violet. Of course, there are several unique names, among them 3 boys named Suede and 21 named Stetson. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6, or anytime online at ctvnewscalgary.ca.